Hello viewers, welcome to my Doctor Who themed YouTube channel, Who Ventures, and here's the third instalment of my reports on the Time Lord Victorious happenings. So this is the next part in the story, Time Lord Victorious Monstrous Beauty, which can be found in issue 556 of Doctor Who magazine, which looks like that on the cover. This has confused me greatly. So we have the Ninth Doctor is entering the saga. So first of all we have a quote from a sort of fairy story type book. This is the 9th book of the Crimson Spiral. So it's some sort of fairy story about the tears of the coachware, possibly a book maybe the Doctor read when there was, I don't know. So Nine and Rose, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Nine and Rose, they've landed on this sort of rocky type planet, and then Nine's all, ooh, someone's here, what's going on? He's sort of feeling all wibbly, and then above this planet there's a spaceship, and they're saying, Commander, I've got an alert, something's there. Rose and Nine have tripped some sort of sensor, and they can see these people in this ship, they can see them on their screen, and they say there could be Vox relators, those free press types get everywhere. No, really. So I thought that was good, because I'm like, that's what I do in the universe. That's officially what I do in the universe. I report on stuff. So yes. So the spaceship's gonna land, but Nine and Rose have found this mine, and they're mining something. It's got sound dampeners on, sort of like they don't want people to know there's mining going on. And then they got sucked up into this spaceship, and there's this person here, I don't know if they're a woman or not, but they're threatening him. They seem to be a really bad guy, and so Rose and Nine try and use a psychic paper, but which doesn't actually work, and then this scary person who's threatening him is taking him to this lab, and there's a scientist guy. He's called Medicus Androken, and she wants him to figure out who Nine and Rose are, what their genetics are. And this scientist guy is that he's really pissed off. He's really grumpy. He doesn't like it at all. So he finds out that the two different species, Rose and the Doctor, and then the Doctor's being all sarky. I love this, right? The scientist says, your genetic structure is fascinating. And Nine says, I haven't got his voice, I'll bet you say that to all the boys. Who are you? Where'd you come from? I thought that was, and then my brain went, I ship it. Sorry, my brain does that. So, but then the nasty woman, she hit the Doctor because he was being stalky, and then she's shouting at the scientist guy, and this woman's hardened up because there was pain and loss because of this big scary war thing. So she's got really hard and like mean, and then there's an attack, and all the pilots have got to defend everybody. They've got to go back to their ships. So Nine escapes with Rose, and the Doctor realises this is his history happening, and Rose said, are these your people from your planet? and the Doctor says they're not his people yet. They're not Time Lords. So I wonder if this is before the Tech-2N did her experiments. I don't know, it's confusing. And the Doctor says we're in the dark times, that no era, no TARDIS should ever go to the dark times apparently, and they're all, the dark times, like fairy tales to the Doctor. And then there's this big war, there's this spaceships and the vampire spaceships, and then there's other vampires, and it turns into a vampire story, and a big vampire bat's got rose. It's like, oh no. So the Doctor's been left behind, and he rescues this soldier out of his spaceship that's just crashed, and he's using his tactic like broadcast signal so he can get rid of these vampire spaceships invading, and he gets rid of them, and then it's like he knew what happened, and then this soldier guy, and the ninth Doctor goes back to see the scientist guy, and he's talking about what happened, what was, and is this war with the Vampire Alliance, and this scientist guy wants the ninth Doctor to fix it, but he can't because it's use another word, it's a new concept for us, some call it death, and the ninth Doctor's like, I can't fix that, mate. And then Rose wakes up in a big, like, classically gothic vampire place, and there's a big vampire bat, and then there's a Nosferatu type guy, and he's got a servant, Dracula servant type woman, and she has to dress Rose up, otherwise she'll be punished if she doesn't get Rose into this dress. And then Nine's with the scientist guy, but then the scary woman threatens him, and then he says, Nine's at loss to me, Rassilon. I'm only trying to save my friend. Now, I don't know why he calls her Rassilon at that point, because there's no indication. I don't know if that's a joke, if it's a sarky joke, as in, listen to me, Rassilon, as in a evil, kind of threatening person. There's that kind of a catchphrase you use to specify an evil person, or if it's meant to actually be Rassilon. But I think it was like a ninth Doctor type of sarky comment, so I don't know. And then she's threatening the ninth Doctor. She wants to know what that TARDIS does. Tell us. And then Rose is with this vampire guy, and then he's got these three vampire women, and they're like, it's like, oh, here's my offering to you, and Rose is like, oh, no bloody way, and then she fights these women, these vampire women, and then they're gonna eat her because these Nosferatu served a dinner, and oh no, Rose gonna get eaten by these vampires. Find out more in Doctor Who magazine number 557. See, that's what we find out in this, so buy it. If you can afford it, that's what this looks like, issue 556. So the ninth Doctor has found these soldiers who are fighting vampire creatures. Rose got captured by vampires. I don't know. Well, following on from what River Song said, assume the coat of it have got some sort of possibly influence on this. I'm not sure. I really don't know what's going on. I'm still rather confused. So that's the third report in the Time Lord of Victorious happenings. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Yay!